Chosen one. The battle ended. In your name, you are a leader. The battle that raged behind the veil of the physical world was never about what people saw. It was about what they couldn't see. It was about the spiritual dimensions shifting in silence, moving pieces like a divine chess game, orchestrating a conclusion written long before you took your first breath. The battle didn't end with a noise. It ended in your name. And now, the universe, heaven, and the legacy of your lineage rise up in agreement. You are the leader. You were chosen, not because it was easy, but because it was yours. You carried the weight of spiritual burdens with a strength even you couldn't always understand. You faced silent battles that many wouldn't have survived. Still, you stood, and now the chapter shifts. You see, this video is a powerful reminder. Chosen one. Hear this and feel it deep within your spirit. Everything you went through was divine training. Every tear you shed, every lonely night, every misunderstanding and heartbreak wasn't punishment. It was preparation. The leadership in you was being forged in fire. You didn't run from the pain. You walked through it. You didn't hide from the battle. You let it shape you. And now the heavens echo your name as the one who made it through. Not only did you survive it, you conquered it. You didn't ask to be the one who would carry the mantle, but you didn't reject it either. That's why you're different. That's why your name is written across the conclusion of this war. Not a war made of swords and armies, but one made of spiritual resistance, mental warfare, and emotional torment. You didn't fall. You were being refined. And as the smoke clears, the world is looking for a leader. It finds you standing there, glowing with wisdom, dripping in humility, armed with discernment, and filled with clarity. That's what makes you ready. Leadership is not about domination. It's about service. It's about seeing further than others and still choosing to walk with them. It's about breaking before others do so, that you can show them the path to healing. It's about carrying light where others would carry judgment. Chosen one. Your leadership is spiritual. It is prophetic. It is anchored in experiences that most people will never understand. And that's exactly why you were chosen. Now that the battle has ended in your name, you are being called to step up in ways you've never had to before. The old you was enough to survive the fight, but the new you is required to lead through the aftermath. You are being entrusted with influence, but not for your ego, for your assignment. You are being handed keys, but not for vanity, for purpose. You are rising, but not alone, for those who will follow. Those who dismissed you will begin to look to you, not out of flattery, but because your strength has become undeniable. You earned your anointing in silence. You bled in private, so now you will be crowned in the open, and it will confuse many. It will shock those who tried to write your story prematurely. But it will never shock heaven, because this ending was already decided. Your name was always destined to close the chapter of battle and open the era of leadership. And while others still try to find their identity in titles, God chose to give you testimony. While others sought shortcuts, you walked the long path. While they pointed fingers, you lifted burdens. And now, a new weight rests on your shoulders. Not one of sorrow, but of purpose. Not one of confusion, but of direction. You will be the one who shows them how to move in alignment. You will be the one who lives as proof that pain can birth power. Your leadership is going to look unfamiliar. It won't be flashy, but it will be sacred. It won't always be loud, but it will be effective. It won't need validation, because it already carries confirmation. You've been confirmed in silence, in storms, in suffering. That's why you're ready. You're not stepping into leadership because you need attention. You're stepping into it because you can finally handle the assignment without losing yourself in it. Everything that tried to break you was also your teacher. And now, the lessons become the light you'll use to guide others. You're not here to imitate another leader. You're here to become the blueprint. You don't need to ask permission to step into it anymore. You are no longer the overlooked one. The heavens didn't just open for you, they declared you. Every limitation placed on you has been shattered by unseen hands. The spiritual chains have fallen. The sabotage has backfired. And those who once saw you as insignificant will now be forced to acknowledge that you were never small. You were just hidden. But now that the hiding season is over, your name becomes a command. It carries authority. It carries peace. It carries destiny. You may have lost friends during the battle. You may have lost comfort, lost confidence, lost moments of joy. But what you gained was greater. You gained endurance. You gained sight. You gained a connection to the divine that can't be faked or copied. That's what makes your leadership sacred. That's what makes your presence different. And that's what will make your impact unstoppable. There's a reason you couldn't be destroyed. There's a reason you were preserved when others crumbled. The purpose on your life was too important to be aborted. And now that the assignment has matured, so have you. You're no longer reacting. You are responding. You're no longer questioning. You are directing. And you do it all with grace, because the pain taught you compassion. The struggle gave you balance. Now the world needs your voice. The ones coming after you need your story. They need to see that victory doesn't always come with cheers, but sometimes with scars. And that those scars are not signs of defeat. They are symbols of survival. They are badges of destiny. They are the markings of one who has led themselves first. And that's what makes you the one worthy to lead others. This moment is not just about celebration. It is about realization. You are realizing who you are. You are stepping into the fullness of what you've always been. The cloak of invisibility has fallen off. The time of silence has passed. You will be seen. You will be heard. But most of all, you will be followed. Not because you demanded it, but because you deserve it. You have become the evidence of a battle that ended with your name written across the sky. And now, wherever you go, doors open, atmospheres shift, and lives change. Because your presence carries the weight of every breakthrough you've walked through. You're not ordinary. You never were. And that truth is finally rising to the surface. You are not a leader because someone gave you a platform. You are a leader because you survived the process. Because you stayed when you could have quit. Because you listened when others only heard noise. Because you grew when everything tried to stunt you. That's the power of divine endorsement. When heaven says yes, no man can cancel it. So stand tall, chosen one. The battle is over. The war has ended. The victory belongs to you, but the legacy belongs to those you will now lift. Go forward in strength. Go forward in clarity. Go forward knowing that leadership is not just what you do. It is who you are.